All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us for this first part and learning about our Soul Megas and how wonderful they are. We're going to go ahead and jump on in to our information that we're going to get into for our specialists. So if you are new, this is a great specialist meeting to be on because we're going to be talking about our compensation plan. A lot of people have questions about that. And so we figured this is time to get into our comp plan. Soul has a compensation plan that I've never heard of before. I've been with other companies. I know Rachel has too, and a lot of people have. And so you kind of get familiar with the typical structure of compensation plans with network marketing companies. Typically, your first level, you get paid the highest percentage, and second level is the next highest, and on down the line. There's also ones where you get an average where it's like 5% every level. There's no level that you get paid a higher percentage or a lower percentage. They just have a certain number of levels and you get paid a percentage, but it's typically a very low percentage and you can't really, go outside of that. With Soul, theirs is very unique. And we're going to get into why. And what I love about what Soul has done with their compensation plan is it shows the character of the company as far as I'm concerned. They have set up their compensation plan in a way that promotes our ability to help our team. It promotes a feeling of community because we are able to help our teams in ways that you cannot help in other companies, not even close. So we're going to get into why, and I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get into the compensation plan. Okay, so most of us have seen this description of the compensation plan. People will see it and be like, what am I looking at? This is so much data. What is going on here? So we're going to kind of break this up and simplify it a little bit. So with that, we're going to go into, this is the first section. Now, this area here is showing how or what structure you need to have in order to reach different ranks. And we're going to get into what the benefits are of the different ranks shortly, but these are the different ranks. There's 1K, 2K, 3K. Those three ranks, you only need one Soul Pro. That blue bubble means Soul Pro. A Soul Pro is somebody with 1K or 1,000 in volume in their whole team. So you need one Soul Pro under you to be a 1K, 2K, or 3K structure. Once you get into 5K, you need to have two Soul Pros. So you need to have two people growing their business under you. What I do love about Soul is the widest you need to go with your organization is 5 people. So it doesn't suit you or serve you to have 20 people all directly to you. It serves you best to have 5 people direct to you. So as you move through your business and you grow, you're going to see that the highest they want direct to you is 5. And there's a reason why that is so beneficial. And I'll get into that shortly. So if you see here, all these blue bubbles, those are Soul Pros. That's people with 1K on up. These yellow ones, this is when you get to 15K. To become a 15K, that's when you have to have your 5 people direct to you. 4 of them need to be a 1K or above, and 1 of them needs to be a Soul Leader. A Soul Leader, if you see right here, is 5K or above. So 1 of those people has to be a 5K structure, and 4 needs to be a 1K. And of course, your volume has to be $15,000 in volume to hit 15K. And then as you go on up to be a 25K, you need 3 Soul Pros, which is 3 1Ks, and 2 Soul Leaders. So 2 people that are 5K and above. And then as you can see here, then you go 2 and 3 and on up. Now, once you get to 75K, which you can get there, and you will if you stick with this long enough, you need 1 Soul Pro, 3 Soul Leaders, and 1 Soul Elite. The Soul Elites are here in this category. It's a 25K or above. So that's what this means. So when you're studying it and you're trying to understand how you make rank advancement, this is the structure. Now, with each structure, you can see there's different levels paid. So when you're just a specialist, you're not a 1K, you're just a specialist and you have some people ordering underneath you, you get paid that one level deep. When you are a Solle Pro 1K, suddenly you get 2 levels deep, because typically once you hit 1K, you're starting to get people that are also growing the business under them. So you want to get that extra level. And as you move on, you get up to 7 levels deep as far as your typical levels paid. They also have a high 5 bonus. Now this high 5 bonus, I am going totally blank on. I don't know why I'm going blank, but I'm going to get into it in a second, but my brain is going wonky all of a sudden. Okay, so we have a high 5 bonus that I'm going to get into, and I don't know why I went blank. Anyway, so and then there's also a mentor match, which is basically they have a bank account with the company each month, if you want to look at it like that, and they have a certain amount allotted to match the mentor, what the person that they are mentoring has done with new signups. So you actually get little bonuses off of that mentor match group of money. And then the infinity bonus, that is something that you're eligible for at 15K and beyond. And that is for everyone past your 7 levels. So everything from 8 levels and beyond, they take 1% of that. And then 10% of that is your bonus. So it's a little confusing, but then once you get to 100K, you get that full 1% bonus on all of your infinity levels, which that can turn out to be quite a significant amount of money in time. So, but I'm going to get into the high 5 in a minute. I don't know what my deal is with this, but I went totally blank. Okay. Now your percentages, rather than just having it on your first level, they allow you to get paid your highest amount on your highest level. So what that means is if you have someone that is 3 levels down, that is that your level, that level is generating $50,000 in volume, but your first level is generating 10,000 in volume, you're going to get paid the 10% on that 3rd level. Then your second highest generating level, you get paid 7%. Your 3rd highest, you paid 5%, 4th, 4%. And you can see from the chart how this progresses. Now, your highest level, you get an extra 5% with the high 5. And I don't know why my brain is wonky. Rachel, I may end up having to get you to jump in on this. I don't know why I don't know what's going on with me right now. I need my Solle Megas. I haven't had my herbs today, but you could actually get up to 15% on your highest generating level. Now that high 5 is not applied to every single level. It's only applied to one, and that's your highest generating level. So they have set this up in a way that they want to maximize your payout. And what they've done, if you see on the chart, there's a little asterisk that says dynamic compression. What that means is that, let's say you have your 7 levels, but level 4, the person has not placed an order. So now they have done a big nothing. What Solle's done is that level will get kind of compressed out, and your next level would be considered your level you'd be eligible for. So if level 6 is a 0, but level 7 is good and level 8 is good, then now suddenly your level 8 is your 7 and your 7 is your 6. So they compress your organization so that you are always getting paid something on your levels. There's no 0 or blank spots in your compensation plan, which is really cool. Along with that, they have set up a Solle Quick bonus. So we've got our regular percentages, but then you get your weekly bonuses. Now the Solle Quick bonus is that initial bonus for first time only orders that are over $100 in volume. So the mentor, if somebody signs up a new specialist, if you sign up somebody and they want to be a specialist right off the bat, and they've got their specialist kit and they order $300 in product, you're gonna get 45% back as a commission, as a Solle Quick bonus, not that first Friday, but the Friday after that had closed. So it's usually about a week and a half, or a week, a little over a week after you do that initial sign up. If it's a new member, you get a 30% bonus. That is only on the first time order, and they have to be over $100 in volume. And then the first upline you can see gets 10%, and the second upline gets 5%. So if you have somebody that you're mentoring, you're going to also get a commission off of that sold quick. So they're even generous that way. They're not just giving that bonus to the person that mentored the person, but they're actually still supporting and giving bonuses to the mentors of the mentors. So that's really cool that they do that. And what's nice about that is it gets money in people's pocket really fast, which helps, especially at the beginning. And then another part of this compensation plan is something called HD override. Now, Solle is an integrative marketing company. So they have multiple ways to make a living. So for someone who, say, owns a store, HD override is highly beneficial, because what happens in HD override is they eliminate the Solle rewards points, and instead you get money back. So for us who don't have an HD override account, we get Solle rewards points, and that goes towards our products. But for someone who has a store, they don't really care a whole lot about rewards points. They want cash money. That's going to their revenue of their business, and they're trying to cut costs. And they are very generous with people with the HD override program. Now, we don't recommend anyone be in the HD override program unless they're consistently ordering about $1,000 of product a month. The $500 product a month bonus here, or commission, or I don't even know how to explain it, but this payback that you get at $500 a month, that's kind of more a cushion, but it's set up for people that are ordering $1,000 or more a month. So as you can see, if you're enrolled in HD override and you're ordering $1,000 a month, you're getting $280 back in cash in the Solle wallet as your payback for that. So in that situation, you've got somebody that's got a store, they're charging retail prices, so they're going to be making that profit between direct and retail pricing. And then they're also getting this money back, that 28%. And then of course, as you go on up, $2,500 and up is 30%, and then $3,500 and up is 32%. So we don't have our products in big box stores, but if you have a store in your area that is not a chain, they can carry Solle. And so this is a way that you can share Solle with a store and show them how they can actually benefit in a bigger way. So a lot of the time we don't quite know how to approach a store, or how to break it down to make it more beneficial to them. HD override is set up for that. So that's a way that they can increase their revenue for their location, but it is set up more for big, purchasers like a store. So going back to the compensation plan, the reason that this works out so beautifully with it being the highest level is paid, or the highest generating level is paid the highest percentage. The reason I say that this is so wonderful is because as you grow in this business, you will have a team, and you will have people that are working very hard to achieve goals, and they may have a situation where they're just short, or they might just need a little bit of help. Solle has set it up to where when you move people under somebody, which is a whole other part of it that I'll share in a minute, you're not hurting yourself, but you're able to help people with their goals. So let's say you have Jane Smith and she's $100 away from making 5K, and you have Joe who's under you that you've mentored. You can move Joe under her to help offset that difference so that she can hit that mark. And so not only is it helping someone in your team, it's helping build that camaraderie and family that you want to build with this. And it's not hurting you with your commissions, because you're getting paid the highest amount on the highest generating level. The other thing that is very unique to Solle is that we can move people each of us has the ability to go into our SMART plan and find all the people that we have mentored, and we can move those people where we need to move them. Now, I highly recommend you communicate, because it can be confusing if somebody gets moved under their group and then you pull them out and they're confused and they think that they've got this person and then they don't. Communication is really important when you are moving things around, because you really need to make sure that people understand. Also, it makes people feel like they're a part of, that they're being cared for when you do let them know, hey, I did this because I care about your business. Hang on one sec. We got to mute someone here. So you want to make sure that you're communicating when you are moving people around, but this is something that is very unusual. So in most network marketing companies, it is that first level is your highest benefiting level. And what that does, and what I've found over the years, is that creates a spirit of me first. It creates a situation where you're forced to look out for yourself more than anyone else, because if you don't get those first people, you aren't going to benefit. And so for Solle to have done this, it has made it so much easier for us to help people and eliminate that worry about any of that. You can care about your entire team and do what's best for your team. And in reality, with any any network marketing company you have, it's always best to look out for everyone. But with the way that they have set this up, they've made it even easier to really look out for your team more than yourself. And in reality, you all benefit. So I do love that about the Solle compensation plan. I know it can be a little confusing getting into it. And I know when Rachel and I both started, we were terrible at looking at these charts and caring about that. We just shared, and then it grew. And then we kind of learned more later, and we're still learning. And they're always making little changes to try to make this more beneficial to us. But hopefully this helps a little bit to give clarification. But does anyone have any questions, not about the high five, because my brain just is not happening with this. But does anyone have any questions? And I'll get back to you on the high five.
What I want to say to people too, though, is I know some of you guys might be like, oh my gosh, that was way too complicated. My brain doesn't process. I'm that way. So, people would ask me even like years into it, like, oh, tell me the comp plan. And I'm just like, I know that if you focus on helping people, you make money. That's what I know. But there are people that really do want to know details. And so that's where this comes in. And there's some other videos on it that we can recommend to help you break it down. But Becca did an amazing job of doing it. And as you go into different levels with the high fives, it adds more percentage onto your pay. So it sounds complicated, all of this, but it's actually pretty simple. And that's what I tell people. Focus on people, focus on helping them, focus on getting them on a program, focus on training your specialists. That's why we have these trainings to help not only you, but your teams and the people that come on board. Because as you continue on these products, if you're a specialist or you decide you want to be, it's natural and inevitable that people are going to come on board. And they're going to say, wow, this changed me. I want to be a specialist too. But they're going to need training. So what I recommend to people is, and that's what I love about Solle Naturals comp plan, is they designed it to where we don't have to be selfish, because a lot of these comp plans are designed for selfishness and me first, me. I want to qualify for this. I want to get to this level. I. And a lot of the comp plans are binary, which are only two legs, and they end up paying you they pay you on the shortest leg. So you could have 100,000 in this leg and 20 in this, and they're going to pay you on this. So like a lot of them are very so people will say, I worked so hard and I didn't make anything and it's a scam. It's like, well, if you pick the wrong company with the wrong comp plan, yeah, it sure could feel like one. So that's why we just, we love everything about Solle, but even their comp plan is designed to help us in the most possible way that, we can actually move someone under someone else to help them get to where they want. And it's going to benefit me and you. We don't have to think about, signing this person up, this way, because then it's going to mess me up down the road. No, we just sign them up direct, and then we can move them if we want to. I mean, I've never heard of that. And that's a smart plan. It's called the smart plan. So don't let it overwhelm you. You know, this is something that I don't even bother myself with a lot of this, to be honest with you. But it's all important. So I don't mean it's a bother, but I'm just saying, don't stress, don't trip about it. Like, I know a lot of people like to know the ins and outs, and it's important for a lot of people. And just don't stress about it. Just focus on what you're doing and help people one person at a time, and train your new specialists, and know that we're here to help you train your new specialists, because as you create an organization, that's where you're going to start making more money. You know, they designed it where we can make quick money, like with Soul Quick, weekly money that gets put into our bank account. But the bigger money that's going to replace your income money is as you grow your organization and you help other people grow their businesses and start making money. That's how it really starts to grow. So that's
okay. And then back to the high five. It's literally just once you hit 2K, you qualify for a high five bonus. So the percentage goes up as you grow in rank, and it goes up to 5% in addition to that 10% on your highest generating level. So the only requirement for that is that you hit 2K and you start to become eligible for the various percentages depending on where you're at. So sorry, I don't know what's been going on with me, but there you go. There's the high five. Okay, so I do want to mention these announcements before we open it up again for questions. We do have next week an opportunity meeting instead of our typical weekly meetings. So next week on the 7th at 12:30 Pacific Standard Time, 2:30 Central Standard Time, we will have an opportunity meeting. Rachel and I will be in Florida. And so we will not be hosting it, but Tammy will be, and she's amazing and wonderful and beautiful. And I just love her to death. So she's going to be a real treat to have host that. So she's going to be doing our opportunity meeting coming up on Friday, this next coming Friday. Also, we have, again, that Mental Health Awareness Month has started. I don't know if you have seen, there are some upcoming meetings that Allison Caldwell Andrews is doing weekly. It's so wonderful that she is setting this up for all of us, because she is an encyclopedia of knowledge. And it's really interesting when you dig into the emotions and psychological benefits with Solle's products, but she is very smart and has a lot of information on these various topics. So that's going to be starting the second. The first one is about validation. It's on 5/2 at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so 5 o'clock Pacific, and it's going to be on the YouTube channel, the Solle's YouTube channel. They're going to be every single week. Week 1 is going to be validation. Week 2 is about self-compassion. Week 3 is on setting boundaries. And week 4 is called behavior train. So these are going to be very good meetings. They're going to be recorded, so they'll be on YouTube. But if you want to attend live, they're going to be at 5 p.m. on the 2nd, the 9th, 16th, and 23rd. So that's going to be wonderful. Also, I know everyone is working really hard right now for their Soul to Soul qualifications for Cancun. Qualifications began this month. If you have any questions on how to achieve that, goal to be able to qualify to attend, reach out to your mentor. I did find the dates of that trip. It's going to be in Cancun, and all-inclusive, February 18th through the 22nd. And if you make Soul Prime the whole time, it will qualify you for an extra night. So that is coming up as well. So we have a lot going on right now. If you have questions about that or the compensation plan. Oh, one more thing. A great resource for understanding the compensation plan, something you can watch over and over again that goes into even more detail, is our Soul certification. So there is a video, you can find it on the website, that goes into all about the compensation plan. In fact, I would love to show you how to find that, but it's very easy. The Soul Pro certification is such a great tool for everybody to go through. And it answers so many of your questions, and you can review it over and over and over again. So with the compensation plan, I know Jordan is the one that leads it, or Jordan Peterson, and he does such a great job explaining the different aspects of it and breaking down the math and different scenarios. So I think it would be really helpful to review that as well, and encourage your new specialists to review that as well, because people need to know how they're making their money. We all love Solle, and we love helping people, and we love giving them stuff and getting them feeling better. But people also have to know how they're making their money and how they're going to quit their job and how they're going to grow. So that is a really great tool. So the Solle Pro certification, I believe it's in the resource center. And you can search compensation plan in there, and it'll pull up different tools. But the Solle Pro certification is a wonderful tool, and it does go into more depth on the compensation plan. But does anyone have any questions while we're on here? Hopefully that was.
I would just want to say that I've looked at that chart, I don't know how many times, try to figure it out. Did that Solle certification thing, made my brain spin because it was way too much detail. But yours, it's like, I don't know, it was the simplicity of it. It just like the light bulb went on. Oh, so yeah, it was, yeah.
Oh, good. I'm so glad, because I'm like, how do I want to keep it simple, but it's hard to simplify it because there are so many aspects of the plan. But I'm glad that that simplified it for you. That's awesome. Cool. Any other questions? Rachel Moore, you're welcome. We're all so happy to see you on here. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, it's great to see you. And we'll be recording these and putting them on the YouTube channel. But I think that about wraps it up. Rachel, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Nope, just that we'll miss you guys. And hopefully you can join us in Florida for the convention. So you won't miss out on that at least.
Have fun, you guys. Excited for you.
I know, we're excited.
Yeah, have fun.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see you all
Thank
very
you.
soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Be safe.
Again.
Bye. Take care.